Up next, we have got a senior NFT producer who has a very interesting walk into the NFT space. His name is Ian, and he's, as I said, a senior NFT producer for Curio Digital, Curio NFT. Hey, Ian, thanks for joining. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
I'm very good, man. It's good to see your face again. Can you kindly tell everyone, how did you get involved in NFTs? Because I know it's an interesting story.
Yeah, so I have a traditional legacy media background. I worked in news and then entered into the entertainment space and was a development executive at a major media network, and then ran a small production company with a first look deal at SONY Pictures TV, and developed all different types of television, digital media, documentary film, etc. And had been interested in the crypto space in end of 2016, early 2017. Didn't even really know what I was interested in, but thought it was kind of a unique way to make money. That was the way that I was brought into it. And then through the rabbit hole, got very, very interested in the sort of crypto asset space. And then over the past year and a half, have been very, very interested in not only the crypto asset space, but also the NFT space, and then sort of monkey barred from traditional media to the NFT space. And I'm now working at Curio Digital, helping traditional IP holders create collections for drops.
So on that note, can you go into a little bit more detail in terms of what you do on a day-to-day at Curio Digital? Like, what are you currently working on?
We're working on a lot of stuff. We currently just dropped a collection in partnership with Topps for Mars Attacks IP, the original trading cards, which is really cool. I'd encourage people to go check it out. It's about halfway sold out, so get yours while you can. So we work with traditional IP holders, comic books, music, people that own libraries for media, and help kind of give them entree into the NFT space traditionally. And we're also working on all different types of methodologies to create NFTs that have a gamification element so that people can purchase them as NFTs, follow a story, solve a mystery, etc. We've partnered with Wolf Entertainment as well, and we're doing something with them in that space. And so my day-to-day is oddly not dissimilar from working in traditional media, in that I acted as sort of a conduit or a shepherd for producers, writers, directors, to help them navigate through the various verticals of a large media company to create media. Now I'm doing it in the NFT space, but it's far more interesting and dynamic, and I find it much more fulfilling. But that's what I do on a day-to-day basis, is just kind of get these collections together. And in an ever-changing landscape, it's so much more fun and so much more challenging. And yeah, it's when you work in an industry for 20 years, you kind of know all the tricks. It was like I knew about 95% of the stuff, and 5% I can kind of figure out. And now I know about 5% of the stuff, and I'm figuring out about 95%. So I want to get that ratio up. But it's been great. Yeah, it's a wonderful experience thus far.
That's awesome, man. Can you tell us, how do you feel that Curio NFT is impacting the NFT industry?
Sure. Well, Curio has a very unique approach to the way that we're creating collections, in the sense that we're working with traditional legacy media holders, but we're also trying to attract crypto natives, those new to the NFT space, and also people that are sort of fans of fandom. So we're trying to kind of thread the needle and hit that sort of middle ground. So if you're someone who's a crypto native and you're interested, you can come to our platform, pay an ETH, purchase NFTs with your MetaMask wallet. If you're someone who's not as familiar, you can have us act as custodians for that and just purchase things and keep it on platform. And if you're someone who's sort of a fan of fandom, we have all different types of media that people can be attracted to come and purchase those NFTs, and there's a secondary marketplace available as well. So we're trying to kind of approach it to capture a broad audience, but make it a good experience for people regardless of their level of crypto experience.
That's fantastic, man. And because of the fact that you yourself have come from a traditional market, how do you feel that NFTs is impacting the job market as a whole?
There's been some great answers thus far, so I'll try my best to match them. But I mean, I think that there is I think there's a lure for people to come into the NFT space. There's a bit of a brain drain from other industries. I myself, kind of left traditional media to come work in this space because I'm very interested in it. So I think it's changing the industry and changing the marketplace, and a lot of people are very interested, and a lot of people are coming to this industry and looking to work in it. But I also think that it's changing the way that we interact socially through commerce, point of sale, you name it. And so I think that we're at the very beginning or inflection point of the bottom of this S curve, and eventually everything will be an NFT. And you won't necessarily know it the same way that you don't know that you're using Linux on your cell phone. NFTs will essentially swallow everything because it's a more efficient, immutable form of interaction, commerce, and truth. And so I think that it's just an incredible technology, and it's like the thing I've been waiting for my whole life. I've always found myself frustrated with antiquated legacy systems that don't work and don't benefit the people that utilize them. I think blockchain solves those problems for us as a race, as a human race, really. So it's a bigger question, kind of a broad answer, but
that wasn't broad at all. That was intense, man.
Take,
I love that. Like, no, that was beautiful. Thank you. And on that note, I'm going to ask you then, what advice could you give to anyone who's interested in getting involved in the NFT space, apart from coming to work for Curio NFT?
Yeah, sure. The thing that I did is I just reached out to people. I coming from traditional media, like networking is a big deal. And so you kind of will just reach out and try to talk to anyone. And the thing that I realized when I would reach out to, people that are fairly well known in the crypto space is they would respond and take time to like have a call with me and kind of strategize with me about like, well, how could you take your experience and port that into sort of a job in the blockchain space or the NFT space? And so I would encourage people to utilize LinkedIn and other social media platforms to just reach out to people, because it is a very inclusive community. I find you don't let Twitter sway you. People are very open to, I think it was Wendy who mentioned, like, include other people, educate other people, bring them into the fold and try to help them. And so I would just encourage people to get educated, watch YouTube videos, watch documentaries, read articles, understand the space, and then enter into it, and then see if some people can help you navigate how you can transpose your skills from one industry to the next.
That was awesome, man. I really appreciate you joining us today, Ian. Thank you so much. If anyone would like to get in touch with Ian, you can go to the link in the description below to go to his profile for LinkedIn, not Twitter, shout out to Jack Dorsey, or go to CurioNFT.com. Cheers, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Zack. Bye.